Hi guys. So I've been contemplating recording and releasing this message um, only because I know it's hard to give out warnings, right? But when God wants you to give out a warning, you give it out and you speak your truth and you speak what God has spoken to you and told you to release. So here I am about to release what God has shown me. So let me just say that before I wouldn't release any words that God has told me to release, because I wasn't sure if I was speaking to myself, or I wasn't sure if I was in the right. Like, am I listening to God? Am I not listening to God? Is this me talking to myself? And I've come to learn when God speaks to me, I've learned how He confirms that He's speaking to me. He wants me to speak what He has shown me quickly. In 2021, I was watching my friend on Facebook Live, and she was in a car, and God told me to tell her to get off the live. He kept warning me, tell her to get off the live, tell her to get off the live. And I thought I was talking to myself, and I was like, you're tripping, you're bugging. So instead of telling her, I got off Facebook. About 2 hours later, I got back on Facebook, and I see rest in peace next to her name. And that devastated me. It devastated me, because here I am with a word and a warning from God, and I thought I was speaking to myself, so I didn't say anything. I just assumed I was speaking to myself. Ever since then, I decided, when I hear God speaking to me, when He gives me something, when I have a dream, a vision, or when I know that He wants me to give out a warning or tell somebody something, although I question it, I do it, because I'd rather be in the wrong and apologize than have heard Him and not done anything about it, and then end up with people's blood in my hands because I didn't say and I didn't speak what He was telling me to speak. So on that note, on July 22nd, I believe it was, I had a dream, and in my dream I saw that New York City was underwater. And what I mean by underwater, I mean that there was I'm not sure, it was a hurricane, I'm not sure what happened. However, in my dream I saw that New York City was indeed underwater. And I'll tell you guys a little about my dream. So I was outside with, I believe it was my daughters. I was outside, and I hear something say, run into a building, run into a tall building with not a building made of glass, but a very secure cemented building, like made out of bricks or something. Run into that building and go to the top floors. It didn't say go to the roof. It didn't say go to the penthouse. It didn't say go to the last floor. It said go to the, go up to one of the last floors. And so as I did that, I knocked on the door, and someone I knew let me in. And as I'm standing in her kitchen, I say, hey, has your floors always been this slanted? And she looks and she was like, no. And as soon as she got up to come to the kitchen where I was, it felt like the building was swallowed up by water. So I'm not sure if the building caved in. I'm not sure if the water came rushing all the way up to the level that we was on. I just know that in an instant, the building went from feeling like it was secure to looking slanted to being surrounded by water. And when I said I was on the top floor, I wasn't in a penthouse. I wasn't on the last floor. I just know that in an instant we were underwater. Not underwater. The building was underwater. The floor I was on was above the water. So the water didn't come all the way to the top of the building, but it was like on a, I would say, a ground level under where I was. And of course we freaked out, we panicked, we was like, what is going on here? All of a sudden, I think I would say some time passed by, and as I start looking out the window, I see people on their roofs, and they're screaming and they're hollering and they're as confused as we are. And I woke up. So yeah, that same day or the next day, I went to go watch I decided, oh, let me watch a movie online or whatever. And I'm not sure if it was YouTube or HBO Max, but they were actually playing The Day After Tomorrow, and I felt an inclination to watch the movie. Even after I had the dream that I had, I was like, okay, you know what, I'll watch it tomorrow or the following day. I didn't click on the movie. I was like, oh, you know, I'll watch it some other time. I recently, a few days ago, watched the movie, and I was like, okay, I got you, Lord. I hear you loud and clear. And not only that, but my mom doesn't have Netflix or any internet channels on her TV. So, but she comes to me and she goes, "Oh, I just finished watching The Day After Tomorrow in Spanish." I was like, "All right, Lord, I hear you." Yesterday, I'm going into my building. After being outside, I'm like, let me go into my building. You know, I'm going upstairs, and before I get to the stoop, I look at the first floor neighbor's window, and she has a statue of liberty, what is it, souvenir on her window. So now, you know, I'm like, all right, too many confirmations. I know this is what God wants me to talk about. He wants me to give out this morning. He wants me to send it out. So here I am, being obedient. I'm not sure when it's gonna happen. I'm not sure. Like, I don't really have the details. I just know that New York City is in trouble with the Lord, because yeah, that's what I know for sure. And if God is stating that it's gonna go underwater, prepare yourself, because if he's showing it to me, if he's giving out warnings, it's because it's due to happen. Have a blessed day.